Yo, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy Kamen Spike back again once again. And today, people, today we're here for our #1 Sentai Gozyuger episode 18. And this episode was relatively sort of like a filler sort of episode. This was Sumino episode, basically showing off her amazing detective skills and things like that. And it was actually pretty funny. This episode was funny. Not a lot of plot stuff going on, like the B plot. That's like the stuff that's going on in the background. Like that was stuff that was actually really interesting. We got Good Burn talking to Take a Sword. We got some Take a Sword kind of trying to tell his son, because Good Burn is basically his son. Basically telling him that, hey, you don't know Mashido. You don't know Mashido like that, okay? You don't know him. You know, do not underestimate him. Like, he possibly will betray you in the end. And also, we got Kuma, little bear Kuma. We got his well, Kuma means bear as well, so his name's Bear. But we got little Kuma, and technically he was the culprit this whole time with this whole murder mystery thing we have going on. And yeah, it was pretty much just that. It pretty much was like, we're trying to figure out who the killer is. They basically walk in on one of the golden bell heads has been stabbed in the back, and they're trying to figure out basically who killed him. And it was actually funny seeing Fire Candle come in, and he's like, this was my drinking buddy. Like, Fire Candle is just friends with like all of the golden bell head dudes. Like, he's friends with all of them. Like, how do you even tell them apart aside from like their voices? Like, how is bro telling them apart from each other? Because it just seems like he has like a bond or something with like all of them, and it's funny, and it's also kind of cool, like showing that like Fire Candle is actually just a dude. He's a bro. Like, he got hobbies outside of all this Baraidon stuff. Like, and I wonder where is he even doing this stuff. And it's actually really funny to see like the grunts technically, or the higher grunt technically, having like a life outside of that, because a lot of them are like that. But yeah, Sumino is basically the one trying to figure out who's killing everybody, and everybody's kind of dying like instantly. Like everybody's kind of dying off kind of instantly, and everybody's trying to figure out who did it. And we find out, you know, like Kuma is the one doing it, but he did it in a way to like sort of help Mashido, is basically. And then Mashido is like mad at him, because he's like, you don't need to do that if you want to be like my partner and things like that. And then we get some backstory on Kuma, and Kuma is basically says that he used to be a regular toy. Like, he used to be a regular toy, and then he got brought to life by Mashido, and then he's just been with him like ever since. So, but yeah, like it's cool to see little Kuma kind of get his own little thing. I knew it was going to happen eventually, because I really wanted to know where Kuma like came from. And then we also see his mecha form in this episode as well. We get a mech fight with we basically get a mech fight with Sumino and Take a Sword teaming up against Mashido, because, you know, Good Burn is basically having an argument with Take a Sword, and Take a Sword's trying to talk to him, but then Good Burn is still like in his, he's basically a kid, so he's like in his rebellious stage, I guess. He doesn't want to listen to his parents. He wants to listen to the cool kids, and apparently Mashido is the cool kid, so he wants to listen to him and believe in him. But Take a Sword is trying to tell him, he's like he's not what you think he is. You'll find out sooner or later, but he's not what you think he is. So, and they end up basically deciding that we're gonna fight each other, because, you know, Take a Sword, because like Good Burn is like not really jiving with Take a Sword right now. So we see Sumino, after we've defeated the monster, and everything, and had our detective battle. She ends up teaming up with Take a Sword and going to her Take a unicorn form, and it's basically a fight between her and Mashido. Mashido, he jumps into Good Burn, but we see that Good Burn can combine with Kuma. Kuma has like a really big form where he and then they jump inside the back of Kuma, and it's like a car type of thing. But yeah, they have like a jousting battle with Sumino. Have someone like a jousting battle, and then they kind of they start getting like the upper hand on her, and then that's when Horu jumps in, and he jumps in, and He's in Tegasora with the Deca Claw form. He's in that form. And just when him and Good Burn and all of them basically about to go at it, we see Black like the Black Dimension? Black it's hard to say. Black Daijujin. Yes, Black, I got it in front of me. Yeah, Black Daijujin pops in out of nowhere and then starts attacking everybody, and then he ends up channeling the power of 3 other different mechas, and then like basically transforming into like an amalgamation of like their different parts and stuff like that. And it was kind of cool. I was like, he just came in out of nowhere, and most like I feel like I know who's piloting him. I don't think he's like acting on his own. Well, he possibly is acting on his own, because I don't know, because like it seems like the mecha, like the older mechas basically have some type of sentience of their own, and they're able to get up and do whatever they want by themselves. But yeah, he did that, and then they're getting ready to fight him now, and that's the ending of the episode. But yeah, dude, I didn't know they could do that. I didn't know that he could just channel the power of other ones and then just use their body parts and weapons and stuff. Well, it makes sense, but I feel like Garud is like Kion. I feel like he's the one like piloting him. I feel like that, because how else was he able to like use the other, like how else was he able to use the other weapons like that, or use other parts like that? Because we know that Garud can summon rangers, and he can also summon their weapons and use their weapons, and then even turn one into a weapon and then have the other one use that weapon. So I feel like it's him piloting it, because we haven't seen him ever since the world reset. But yeah, this episode was funny. It was cool, nice filler type of stuff. And I did like how Sumino was actually showing up Mashido, because he comes in being kind of snarky and whatever to her, talking about how she's like a trash detective and stuff. And this episode, she proves that she's not to be underestimated. Like, she is actually a good detective and stuff like that. So I'm actually glad that happened, because I don't really like Mashido like that. I like Goju Polar. I like the whole concept and idea of Goju Polar, but I don't like Mashido as a character. At least for right now, I don't like him. But other than that, what you guys think about this episode of No.1 Sentai Gozyuger? We're almost in the 20s, guys. We're almost in the 20s. But other than that, I'm going to see you guys next time. Let me know what you thought about this episode down in the comment section below. I'm going to see you guys next time. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. As remember, as I always say, stay henshined.